Hello everyone, and welcome to the first episode of the GTA Online December Heist Marathon, where every day this December I make an episode on heists, starting all the way from the first setup mission in the fleeca job to the final heist at the Pacific Standard Bank. So let's get this marathon started by beginning with the first heist setup for the fleeca job. Well, actually I'm going to do the first two setup missions in this video because, well, you'll see. Anyways, let's get to the guide. So before we get into any missions, I should probably go over a few preliminary things first, though it's more like a shopping list for those who want to get started with heists. So what you want to do is go out and buy some combat heist clothing and a helmet to match, because during heists, wearing this gear will make missions a whole lot easier by reducing the amount of damage dealt to you by enemies. You should also grab yourself some kind of long rifle, such as the marksman rifle for dealing with targets that are of long range, and also grab yourself a homing launcher when you can. Although you don't really need a homing launcher at this point just yet, you will need one a bit later on. So anyways, the first setup mission, scope out. This doesn't really need a guide, as there's not really any way that you can fail this mission. There's no people to kill, nothing giving you trouble. It's just a nice drive around with your old friend Lester the Molester here. Basically, you just drive to the bank, he gargles on about stuff, and then you go to his factory. While you're heading to his factory, the passenger of the vehicle is given an app by Lester to practice with hacking. There's no pressure here, it's just to give you an idea of what you're going to have to do during the actual heist. Guide the line through the maze, which is pretty simple to do, then once you've completed it, the person driving the car should have arrived at the factory, or at least be close to it. Get out of the car, get into the other car, then drive to the apartment. Mission completed, whoop-de-doo, there you go, feel proud? Now it's time to move on to the real missions in the form of Kuruma. This setup mission involves you nicking a nice little car called the Kuruma. The Kuruma is vital to the heist because it's armoured and is ultimately used in the escape for the fleeca heist. Anyways, what you gotta do is get to a parking lot and steal the Kuruma from a bunch of gangster dudes. My recommended way to go about this is to go up the way shown on screen. Park here, climb up there, and then you've got a nice little place to take cover if you're too much of a weenie to take them on like a man. Anyways, the marksman rifle comes in handy here at this spot, so take out all of the gangsters and make sure they're all dead. Make sure that there's no more gangsters that can pump you in the face if you try and steal the car prematurely. Anyways, once you have the car, try your best to avoid the gangsters that'll chase you through town, as the more dents the car takes, the more money you lose from the payout. But in terms of getting killed, there's not really anything to worry about, since the armour on the Kuruma is highly effective against bullet fire. Anyways, take the car to Lester's factory and whammo! Mission complete! Now you're ready for the fleeca job heist, which will be in the next episode, so see you tomorrow guys!